Battlefield 3 beta. How is it? What do you think of it? And how's the gameplay? Well, all these things considered, I have to actually point out some interesting facts so far, the things I found out. Oddly enough, I got access to the early beta. I wasn't quite sure I'd even get it. I completely forgot the fact that I actually own a copy of Medal of Honor. I know, amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I haven't played Medal of Honor in months. I think I played the campaign more than I played the multiplayer. And the multiplayer, well, just too many choke points, so I just kind of gave up on that, and started obviously playing Black Ops. And one of the first things I noticed after I played my first round of Battlefield 3 beta, it was a learning curve trying out different weapons and different classes and things like that. But then I tried to get back in the game. Getting in the game was kind of tricky. At first, you click on Quick Match. Basically, what happens is when you download the game and you enter your beta key and all that sort of stuff, you download the game. When you click on Play, it actually takes you to the web page. Your web page is your ID and class setup under your username for EA. Now, when you actually click on Quick Match in there, what it does, it actually prompts you to install a plugin. So once you install the plugin into your browser, because you have to download it, install it, blah, 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 do it again. Next time it takes you into the same page, but this time you have the opportunity to click on Quick Match at the top there, little yellow button, and then it'll sit there and kind of churn for a while, trying to find you a game, trying to find you and match you up in something. For a while there, it didn't do much of anything for me. I sat there for about, 10 minutes, something like that, waiting around, checking other things. Then I realized that, okay, well, obviously it's not happening. So luckily I had a friend of the people that I play with on a regular basis had already added me as a friend in the game, and he was already actually in-game. So what I did is obviously joined off him and got into that game. So for the next 2 hours, basically, we were opposing each other and each other's team. So it really, I don't know, that part I found like a little bit frustrating. I'm sure obviously the final version of the game will be a lot better than that, but just a heads up, if you're playing on PC and this actually happens, don't be discouraged by it. Just wait it out, or kill the startup process, relog in, and try it again. The other thing is when you actually close down your web browser, make sure you close it down and actually delete all the cache from it. So just an important factor. Just a little note there. But otherwise, I have to admit, DICE did a fantastic job in this game. Graphics are really good. This is the first opportunity I had to really talk about it, because obviously in the alpha, no gameplay was really allowed to be posted. So obviously here in the beta, different story. So as you can see, one of the first things you want to do before I go any further, switch the video to 720. Don't run it on just 360 because you won't get the full effect of the actual graphics, because they look really, really fantastic. But this is basically a rush game on Metro, basically the only map you have available. So basically what's happening here in, based on the 2 hours that I played, you play different sections of the map. And so far it's pretty interesting. There are some choke points because at one point you're playing actually in a subway area, so you have to really watch your flank on that one. There are some little compartments and little side areas you can go through as well, so you really have to pay attention to what's going on. The other thing that's kind of interesting about the actual gameplay itself is that the characters and their look, their appearance, and how they're dressed are similar on both teams. So you have to pay very close attention to where your team is and watch the map, etc. All that sort of stuff is really important. But here in this game, I'm running around with the Mac 11, and I have as a secondary an M9. I also have another perk in here, the radio beacon, which I don't really think is even useful in these games. I've earned myself the sprint perk, so I can get around the map, I can run faster. Pretty common stuff, nothing too great. The graphics are really fantastic, as you can see, and they're really pushing the graphics boundaries, so you really want to make sure that you have a half-decent graphics card. I'm running it with GTX 460, and a lot of people I know that are running it with the 5 series of the Nvidia cards, so apparently getting a little bit better in performance. But really, honestly, I can't complain. I mean, it runs very smooth. There's nothing really choppy about it. Obviously, my fans have been kicking on quite a bit too, but that's what they're supposed to do. But other than that, the controls are tight. It's easy to get around the maps. What I can see so far, though, the maps themselves are very COD-like because you're only playing a small section of them. I can imagine when you get a 32 on 32 match going, that it's going to be a pretty epic gameplay. There's a lot of places to hide in these maps. You can, obviously be in the bushes. You can be, behind a whole pile of different cover. I played different sections of it. Like I said, I played the subway, played up front here. Obviously, this MCOM station or the cap point here is right out in the open, so it's a little bit tricky getting this. But because it's a little bit close quarters kind of gameplay, so that part's a bit weird. But there's another one where you're actually in a courtyard. I guess you call it a courtyard. It's more you're playing on the streets, right? So that was a bit different. That was a bit of an adjustment because because of the fact that both players in each team are colored pretty much similarly. There's a lot of little dark areas you can hide, and sometimes you get picked off by snipers or even with the assault class. You have a pretty long range weapon with assault class by default. Loadouts are pretty standard. Obviously, the engineer class comes with the RPG by default, so I checked that out. I had a little bit of fun blowing the crap out of stuff. It was pretty cool. I used it quite a bit when I was actually in the playing in the subway. Because of the fact that there's so many dark little areas, trying to actually see where your enemies are, unless you're right on top of them, are a bit of a trick. So sometimes firing blankly down corridors where you see just the the spray, the gun spray lighting up, or you see the reflection of people's scopes that they have on their assault rifles and sniper rifles. That shows up, so you pretty much pinpoints where they are, so they're easy to pick off. But one thing I don't know how to do yet, and I asked the guy I was playing with as well, and that is how to call for ammo. I don't know. I have to check my my control setup, but I never found the setting and how to ask for ammo. So when I was sniping on a couple of different games earlier than this, I had a bit of a challenge trying to trying to find ammo. So and there's people that registered as being part of the assault class, but I don't know if they're the ones that are supposed to issue ammo or if it's something you have to level up to even further. But yeah, you have to really be conservative with your ammunition and how you get around the maps, and just not just firing blankly into stuff. You want to actually get your sights on whoever you're shooting at. That's the part that really makes a huge difference in this game. Otherwise, if you're just shooting in a general area, you're spraying and praying, it's not going to happen. One other little thing I actually want to point out, though. When somebody revives you, you have a couple different opportunities. You can actually just, forget about it, hit escape, and just respawn. Or you can hit the space bar and actually revive. Pretty cool. I like the fact that it forces you to confirm what you want to do. I think that's pretty good, pretty straightforward, but it's something that we really haven't had to do in Battlefield Bad Company 2. Obviously, I don't have any gameplay posted of that, but yeah, it's just something I kind of found out a bit. And obviously, earlier in this video, I have a really, really big, epic fail at the very start of it, but I don't know. Oh, also, I should apologize for how many times I threw up my score in this video, too. That was just I guess you can call it just a twitch. I was aiming for the Q key and I kept hitting the tab key for some odd reason, so I don't know. I guess I'm getting used to my new keyboard, but no big deal. Anyhow, that's the end of my commentary. Hope you guys enjoy it. Looking forward to seeing a lot of people out there playing Battlefield Beta on Thursday. If you actually already have it, I hope to see you in game. Cheers.